Mets, Yanks, and Liberty all losers. Giants finished off an undefeated preseason 42-10 over New England. AccuWeather, mostly sunny today up to 81 degrees. Wednesday news time, 6:21. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Karen Stewart.
Couple of heavy spots out there we need to discuss. We'll start in the Bronx, where on the westbound cross Bronx, we are packed. From deep inside the Bruckner Interchange out into the Bronx River Parkway. At Bronx River, we've got an accident involving a spin-out, and at least one lane is blocked. You can consider the Bruckner instead. I know, not much of an alternate, but, you know, it will work for some people. Next, the FDR Drive. Here in the city, southbound FDR, at 116th Street, things come to sort of a stop. At 116th, only the left lane's open with rough road surface, and that lasts 10 blocks down to 106th. Our next problem is in Westchester, coming southbound out of Westchester on the southbound NET, from 18A in Mamaroneck to 15 in New Rochelle, we're jammed. We've got late running construction. The right and center lanes are closed. As we check what we see on Long Island's Big Three, excellent. LIE, Northern State, and the Southern State are all in very good condition, and we're starting to see delays inbound at the GWs. We check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The George Washington Bridge is 15 to 20. So is the inbound Holland. The Lincoln is 10. We're sponsored by Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals. Karen Stewart, 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
The Labor Day sales event is happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. It may be the end of summer, but
yep, it's almost Labor Day, folks. Historians.
Trucks, Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
We are not yet done with Hurricane Erin as Governor Murphy declares a state of emergency in New Jersey.
This is an angry ocean, but the confluence of high tide and big waves has got us really concerned. Flooding exposure is clearly on the coast.
At least one more day of the warnings, Joe.
Hurricane Erin continues to move farther and farther away from the tri-state, but it's going to take a while for the angry seas to calm down. High surf advisories remain in place for the south shore of Long Island and at the Jersey Shore today, and the rip current risk remains high today through tomorrow, meaning it's best to stay out of the water for another day or two. In addition, water levels remain high, hence coastal flood advisories are in place in many areas into tonight. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg. The 4-day forecast in less than 10 minutes on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
Two young boys now accused of stabbing a dog trainer in Brooklyn. Police say it happened Tuesday evening. That man is stable at Elmhurst Hospital. The boys ran off but were quickly arrested. A third suspect is still on the loose. For the second time, there was an ICE raid in Edison, New Jersey. This was at a complex of warehouses along Patrick Avenue, where at least 50 people were questioned. There are reports that dozens were taken into custody. So far, no comment from Homeland Security, but Senators Cory Booker and Andy Kim did release a joint statement condemning the whole thing. Separately, threats from the head of ICE to flood Boston with immigration agents. That's after the mayor there, Michelle Wu, held a news conference where she refused to drop their sanctuary city policies.
Unlike the Trump administration, Boston follows the law. And Boston will not back down from who we are and what we stand for.
Her remarks came in response to the Justice Department sending letters to 35 cities last week in which they ordered cities to submit plans by early this week to show that they're taking steps to drop the policies. If not, they threaten to not only cut off federal funding, but to prosecute city officials as well. The feds announcing a review of all visas that have been granted.
That's more than 55 million people. The State Department says all visa holders are subject to continuous vetting as it looks for any indication that they could be ineligible for one, including criminal activity or threats to public safety. The department says if it finds such information, the visa will be revoked. And if the visa holder is in the U.S., they would be subject to deportation. Sagar Magani, Washington.
Lyle Menendez to make his case today after a California parole board denied his brother a get-out-of-jail card.
Menendez family members say they are disappointed in the parole board's decision, but they're now focused on Lyle Menendez and his fight for freedom as he goes in front of the board. For Eric, the board finding that he remains too great a risk to society if he were to have been released. The board focused on illegal cell phones Eric has had in prison even recently, which shows a willingness to break the rules. He can try again for parole in 3 years. Alex Stone, ABC News, San Diego.
Board members also pointing to allegations that Eric worked with a prison gang, bought drugs, and helped with a tax scam. For his part, he said since he believed he had no hope of getting out, He prioritized protecting himself. Now, Bloomberg Money Watch. Here's Dan Schwartzman.
Good morning. If you accept an offer for your home, it doesn't mean it's a done deal. Redfin reports that in July, home purchase contracts were canceled at a record rate, with around 58,000 agreements falling through. That's just over 15% of homes under contract. That's the highest July number going back to 2017. Some of the reasons given are that there are more listings to choose from, as well as buyers being nervous about the economy. All markets right now, they're trending in the right direction with the futures. Dow's up 144 points. NASDAQ currently up close to 47 points. The S&P is up right around 16 points. I'm Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching me on this quick time capsule. I appreciate you folks coming in, checking out the videos. And remember, we're documenting history for future generations. We'll see you on the next video.